Welcome, fans. Thanks for joining us for this Friday night edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. And we can expect more of a methodical pace, Brent, I think, in this one. What do you think?
Yeah, you're right, Kevin. Both of these teams love to run their offense in the half court. They'll slow things down. They'll love the setups. They'll try to manipulate a couple of the plays to get matchups they want. Neither side afraid to take it under 5 seconds on a shot clock, and that patience may pay off.
So here is Miami's starting group. They've got Adebayo. Alec Burks is out there with Hero. Then it's Wiggins, and it's Ware in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Payton against Burks. Clock at 6. Fires from deep. Buries it from three-point range.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
No question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
Payton passes to Kelly. Back to Payton. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it.
Now, the more he drains those mid-rangers, the more it boosts his confidence.
Burks the pass to Ware. Here's Wiggins. Beyond the arc. And he's good on the three ball.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Back to Payton. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Here's Hero. Here's Wiggins. Again, the Heat good for 2.
We've seen Wiggins and that jump shot really evolve over the years. He doesn't waste chances. He's efficient from there.
Payton kicks to Kelly. Here's Robinson Earl, and a miss there on the triple. Heat have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Adebayo down low. He's defended by Alvarado. New Orleans has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Pass to Payton. To the middle. Wiggins with the block.
Well done, Andrew Wiggins. If he can sustain that kind of energy on the defensive end, boy, he's an asset out there.
Absolutely the prettiest play in basketball, executed to perfection.
I don't think you'd get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop. And timeout called by Willie Green. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust.
Let's get all your attention right there on center court. Here they come, the Pelicans Hype Squad. Attention fans, now on the court is your Hype Squad. Get back. Who wants a t-shirt?
The Heat making a switch here. Highsmith is checked in. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Number 1, the Heat.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Payton against Burks. That's tipped. 14 feet away, and there's another one for the Heat.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And Brent, if the super team era is indeed coming to a close, the Miami Heat are one of the most successful examples.
Yeah, Kevin, you're obviously referring to the Heat with LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. I think there are some fans out there that go back to when it was that they had that press conference and were throwing up 6, 7, 8. And so 2 titles, yes, of course, amazing. Chances to win championships, amazing. Could there have been more? Possibly.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
A little bit ago, Willie Green and I were able to chat. I asked Coach about facing off against Bam Adebayo, and he told me the dangerous thing about Bam is his versatility. He's able to play different roles for his team depending on the matchup. And that versatility makes it difficult to game plan against him. Guys?
Thank you, David. The first free throw is good. Well, Brent, since entering the NBA, Tyler Hero has been a constant scoring threat.
Yeah, Kevin, the scoring for Tyler Hero is always going to be there. He is a bucket, but the defensive improvement and really just the physicality that he needs to play with. Those are areas that Tyler could shore up a little bit to make sure he's on the floor for some of the biggest moments of a season. At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Down to 5 on the shot clock. Reeves finds Alvarado. And again, no good by New Orleans. Mitchell passes to Ware. Back to Mitchell. Over Reeves. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. So, Greg, it doesn't get much better than this, does it? Major playoff implications in this one tonight.
Both teams have a lot on the line in this contest. Seeding in the postseason can make or break a team's chances.
And the first one drops. Now the Pelicans have lost in the first round GA of the playoffs in 2 of the last 3 years.
And with how good the West is right now, they knew they couldn't stand pat. They felt the urgency to make some changes this offseason in order to take the next step.
And Mitchell drops them both. One thing you can pretty much count on with the Heat, Brent Berry, they're going to grind it out.
Yeah, this team has always been built around tenacity and toughness. Even with the big 3, with LeBron, D-Wade, and Bosh, there was a bit of a metamorphosis with the way LeBron approached games. Kind of being hated on was something they embraced, and that culture demands that hustle accountability and will consistently be about their culture.
How about we check the numbers for Tyler Hero?
And his three-point shooting has gotten a lot better over his last 10 games. He looks so much more comfortable from beyond. There's no doubt he's got the green light to let it fly whenever the shot's there for him.
Heat on D. Alvarado finds Reeves. Here's Robinson Earl. He takes it in, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Well, that's how you draw it up right there. A screen to shed the defense, a quick move to the bucket, and you get the lay-in.
And to look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Heat.
A huge part of their offense, pushing the ball. Looking for fast break opportunities, always a good idea.
Well, they've also done a great job of taking turnovers and producing out of that, working really hard that they're not wasting extra chances that they're creating.
On the wing, Mitchell. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
And you can't help but pick their defense apart. They're completely in disarray.
And it's blocked. And he's able to get it back. Kane, no luck. The Heat leading by 11. Pass to Hero. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Shot clock at 6. Here's Kane. And a missed layup.
Yeah, one player sometimes can drag down your offense, and he seems to be an anchor here in this quarter.
There's Hero with the 3. Adebayo with the bucket.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Reeves the pass to Robinson Earl. Here's Kane. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And there hasn't been anything easy for him in this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set that are allowing him to settle in.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Here's Robinson Earl. His last outing with 20 points. They need this. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. You know, Greg, it's been great to see the Pelicans get to the next level these past few seasons, hasn't it?
It has, and they've become one of the deeper teams in the NBA over that time. It's not just about one guy. There's talent up and down that roster.
And the first one at the line is good. And Dwayne Wade is the first Heat player to be honored with a statue. And, Greg, that's pretty significant for a very successful franchise.
And, Kevin, well-deserved, right? D-Wade, the best player in franchise history. He helped bring 3 championships to the city, plus he's already got a street named after him.
Brent, we know that the NBA can be compared to any league in the world, and it is regarded as the best. But as someone who has won titles like you have, is it world champs, or should we just leave it at NBA champs?
Well, Kevin, it's a really good question, and I don't know what side I lean on. I prefer to talk about being the NBA champs. I mean, out of respect for what the world competitions represent, I think NBA champs is just fine.
It's tipped. Stolen by Anderson.
And let's take a quick look at some stats for Anderson. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's right around 13 points a night, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And he's a nice scoring threat in their second unit, a guy who provides instant offense.
And he has really settled into this role. For some guys, maybe him, they'd rather come off the bench and do their damage.
First free throw is good. He doesn't get the second one.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
The 10-footer. Oh, that's blocked. Robinson dishes to Mitchell. And stolen by Payton. And a fast break now for the Pelicans.
I got to be careful around Elfrid Payton with that kind of length out there. Does a great job that time ripping the ball away.
Has to Ware. Outside Robinson. Down low. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Ware kicks to Robinson. He lobs it up. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the painted area, and just dominating, controlling that spot.
4 on the clock. Here's Payton, and the basket is good. Payton's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, Alfred Payton on a straight line drive, pretty fearless on that attack.
Ware passes to Robinson. Mitchell outside. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Mitchell's got 7 points.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Yeah, just really pouring it on right now, trying to take away the opposition's motivation to keep competing in this one.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Alder.
Hey, Kevin, we all know about what Heat culture means. Bam Adebayo says we share the ball, play together, and we know where the shots are going to come from. We're just blessed to have a team like this. Everybody buys in, everybody competes, and everybody wants to get the job done. Kevin, back to you.
They've got great chemistry. Thanks, David. The first one falls. Andrew Wiggins checked in for Miami. And he makes the first, but misses the second. And it's Anderson with the ball for Miami. 17-point game. Last time they met was in Miami.
And the last time they were able to come away with that win because of their depth. Great production from the reserves.
Probably looking for more of the same here. As we know, a deep bench so crucial to any team's success.
Fires from way outside. The rebound by Anderson.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Robinson passes to Anderson. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Mitchell wide open. Misses the 3. Pelicans trail by 20. Reeves with it. Now defended by Mitchell. Reeves the pass to Robinson Earl. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. And the first shot of the night for him missing. Miami's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range in the first quarter. Ware passes to Robinson. Takes a 3. Hits it from three-point range.
The defense a step slow, and you can see the results.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Pass to Kane. Here's Robinson Earl. Wing shot on the way. And so it's the Miami Heat riding high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We come back right after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And quite a position here for the Heat to be in. What do you guys think?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
Yeah, you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
Last outing for the Pelicans, it was a loss to the Bucks.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it cost them.
Well, let's hope there isn't any carryover from that letdown in this one.
And it's Quinones in at the 1 spot. That's the Pelicans 5 as we get into the second quarter. Pass to Kane. Here's Robinson Earl. He's guarded by Adebayo. Out to the wing. From about 16, it's Adebayo with the rebound. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds in this game. Anderson a screen on Reeves. Adebayo passes to Anderson. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Third personal foul.
We know the 90s were a different era, Greg. Either win the game or win the fight. Remember that? Do you miss that physicality?
Well, I will say, Kevin, it made for some great stories, but I don't think we're missing much without all the extracurriculars. And I think we have a beautiful game now.
And he makes the first.
Tough to match up with Kyle Anderson because of how quirky he plays. Changing speeds, plays slow, but sees the floor remarkably well.
No good on the second free throw. Here's Quinones. He's covered by Anderson. To the paint. Here's Robinson Earl.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Anderson a screen on Reeves. Robinson for three. Quinones with the rebound. The Pelicans have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Pass to Kane. Here's Quinones. Puts it up. Kane, no luck.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, he's got to move on, forget about this sequence here, and try to find a way to get on the board.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Reeves with the screen on Anderson. Here's Kane. Rebound by the Heat. Anderson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Now, here's Mitchell. He has 7, and Robinson wide open. He shoots. Good, and the assist goes to Mitchell.
Pretty much poor defensive effort there. You have to get a hand in his face when he's spotting up from distance.
Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And, of course, always keeping an eye on the top rookies in the league. We get a chance to see the first-year players with the most steals this season. Third is Jaime Jaquez.
How about the anticipation and really his aggressive mindset defensively? He's always pressuring, always looking for an opportunity to force a turnover.
Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Yeah, why settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that?
Known as a ferocious scorer, Rozier is also solid at knowing when to give it up.
New Orleans moving it around. Clock at 6. Pass to Quinones. No good on the triple.
Ooh, he missed an easy chance to put some points on the board. He won't get a much better look at that kind of shot again here probably tonight.
And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession.
And taking a look here at some stats for Adebayo. He's been dominant over the last month. He's around 18 points per game, 9 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he really anchors them defensively with that tenacious play on that side of the ball.
He loves to get up into the uniform of his opposition and make you work for everything that you get offensively.
Pass to Quinones. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. Reeves can't hit.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Highsmith's shot is off.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Kane, the pass to Robinson Earl. Here's Kane. Pass to Robinson Earl. Puts up a three. Kane, no luck. Miami's gone 2 of 3 when they've stepped beyond the arc in the second quarter. And here's Adebayo. He's been putting up the points on a very steady basis, averaging around 17.5 points a game.
You hear the word versatility so much associated with Bam Adebayo and his game. And the mid-range is coming along as well.
Connects from three-point range. 6 points for him.
And guarding him on the perimeter isn't a priority for them right now, but if this continues, it will be.
Pass to Highsmith. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. New Orleans has gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Here's Quinones. Here's Kane. 11 points for him in that last game against Milwaukee.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
The Heat have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
The Heat making a switch here. Wiggins is checked in. For the Heat, their last game a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
Poor execution in that one. Not sure what led to the lack of focus, but coaching staff definitely not happy.
And they made some comments themselves that some of the fault might have lied with them because they didn't go in with the best of game plans and they didn't make the right adjustments. So we'll see tonight if they do.
Floats it up for Wiggins, and it's Wiggins with the jam.
He makes that look so easy. Andrew Wiggins up and down on the alley-oop.
Pass to Quinones. Here's Kane. Jaquez defending. Shot clock at 5. Here's Kane. Here's the three. Great defense that time from Jaquez. Here's Ware. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Chicago. Jacks up a three. No good. Shot missing. The Pelicans shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Pass to Quinones. It's hauled in by the Heat. Highsmith the pass to Rozier. Wiggins outside. From the arc. It's good from long range. Wiggins has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, if Wiggins hits these three-point balls at a high clip, he'll become a much better player and more dangerous for this offense.
New Orleans moving it around. Pass to Kane. Here's Kelly. Here's Kane. Jaquez defending. Kane, no luck.
That's the aggressive part of Andrew Wiggins coming out of him, forcing the defender that time to get his hand in there.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
An okay season at the free throw line for him so far, sitting right around 76%.
Taking 2 shots.
Free throw good. Wiggins.
Wiggins has showed himself over the past couple seasons as being a great two-way player, and he can still do damage on the offensive end. Don't get that twisted.
Robinson Earl's checked in for the Pelicans. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Quinones. He's coming off a 10-point game against Milwaukee.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
And he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the D.
Pass to Burks. to Hero. 5 on the clock. Offensive rebound. Anderson passes to Adebayo. No good. That's miss number 2 against 3 makes from the field. Here's Robinson Earl. He's got 8 inside. Here's Kelly. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Kelly's got his first 2 points of the night. Pass to Burks. To the middle. Here's Wiggins. Misses in close. New Orleans has gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Alvarado up top. He's guarded by Adebayo.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's Kelly. The three-pointer, no good. And it's Wiggins with the ball for Miami. Loads it up for Adebayo. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
That's everything you want there. Bam Adebayo up there, vertical, good hands, and the big throwdown.
Pass to Alvarado. Here's Kelly. Here's Quinones. Burks covering. Fades and shoots. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%. Wiggins outside. Outside, Hero. Over Alvarado. That misses off the backboard. The Pelicans shooting a pretty cool 37% from the floor in the second. Not what they're looking for. Here's Quinones. And it's off from three-point range.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Well, Slow-Mo has some remarkable handles. A point forward. It's got some nifty dribble moves.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. New Orleans shooting their 6th and 7th free throw attempts tonight.
At the line for New Orleans, Quinones. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. The Pelicans making a switch here. Payton's checked in. Good on both. Miami's gone for the three-pointers 7 times here in the second and been successful 3 times. Mitchell against Payton. Mitchell outside. Good on the triple. Mitchell's got 10.
For 3.
And so it's Miami, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for them. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against them. Their defense has been stifling. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Andrew, the energy and effort were apparent throughout that first half. How were you able to do it?
We had a good practice, working hard, really putting things together. Keep doing that, we can come out with a W.
Hey, thanks for your time. We appreciate it. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum roll. All right, they're picking up the so close, so close. Give it up for our contestant.
Hey, everybody. I got a secret. We're approaching the playoffs, and we are starting the show with a breakdown of the Western Conference standings. Hey, guys, wins and losses, the only thing that matters in the NBA?
Wait, are they the only things that matter in the league? I care about much more than just winning. For example, MVP awards.
Yeah, we know you got one.
Should have had two. Hey, Steve Nash.
Now looking at where we stand after 2 quarters, it has been a difficult game for the Pelicans.
Their perimeter D has been soft like bathroom tissue. No excuses. Can't give up that many open shots and get away with it.
Their D being treated like bathroom tissue. No mercy. That'll do it for our show tonight. Thanks for joining us, and we'll send you back to Kevin Harlan for more hoops action.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. And here are the Pelicans now. On the court for the Heat, we've got Hero. Bam Adebayo is out there with Andrew Wiggins. Then there's Alec Burks. And it's Ware in at the 5 down low. Burks the pass to Adebayo. Here's Ware. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Outside, Payton. Pass to Alvarado. Out to Payton. 6 on the shot clock. There's the 3. And the basket by Alvarado.
That's a nice play. Getting the separation he needs for a clean look.
Yeah, defense has got to be a little bit better, especially when he's looking to fire from that distance.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Bam Adebayo talked about how his mentality has evolved over his career. He said, shoot the ball. I feel like that's been my evolution. It sounds very simple, but I came into this league as a defender. I feel like the progression's been shoot the ball, worry about everything else later. Kevin?
Certainly DA is a two-way threat. Pass to Robinson Earl. Here's Kelly. From deep three-point land, Miami grabs the miss. Wiggins drives in. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2.
Wiggins assertive on the drive that time, going right into the foul while he was shooting.
He'll take his 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the game right here.
2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops.
And the winner's mentality Wiggins has is commendable. A hard worker who wants to keep improving.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. And here's Payton. He'll bring it up for the New Orleans Pelicans. Pass to Robinson Earl. Here's Kelly. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. 3 on the clock. Here's Payton. Got a piece of it.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
The third quarter has not started well, just 1 of 4.
Robinson Earl, the pass to Kelly. Pass to Robinson Earl. Tries again, and it's blocked. Payton against Burks. Wiggins with it. Wiggins sets a screen for Adebayo. It's rebounded by Kelly. Kelly's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Payton against Burks. Now, here's Payton. Not a lot of room. It's stolen by Adebayo. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points, so 1 free throw coming up.
Sweet to be a difference maker in a game, and he's been a great option for them on these possessions.
Well, G.A. Adebayo came from very humble beginnings.
Yeah, raised by his mother. And Kevin, Bam's main motivation in life was to get her out of that trailer.
Mind the lanes.
He worked extremely hard, and now
One shot.
arguably a top 25 player.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Quinones is checked in, and it's Kane in for Jeremiah Robinson-Earl. And Adebayo, no good on that one. You know, Brent, when you wonder why GMs take a risk on project big men, Bam Adebayo is an example of why they do just that.
Yeah, Kevin, it's not always about the project working out. It's about teams that have a plan for the project, and certainly Miami was able to do that. You have to credit Bam. He put the work in. The guy has been solid. He's an all-star. He's continuing to improve, and he gives you everything on both ends of the floor every night.
Fires the three. It's hauled in by Hero.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And Adebayo throws it down.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah.
Well, with him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game.
Here's Ware. Cranes it from beyond the arc. Ware's got 5 points now this quarter.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Payton surveying the floor. Pass to Quinones. 5 to shoot. Here's Kane. And again, no good by New Orleans.
You could see he wanted to get him back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
Always a good sign of maturity and steps forward when you can take this kind of effort, focus, and concentration on the road to get a win. He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Chalk up 2 there. Burks has got 6.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Down low, here's Kane. Cross contact on the shot, and now a 3-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
Well, I've been impressed with the ball movement all game long. They're really looking to just make that extra pass.
Well, if we add another thing to it, it's about the urgency they've played with. I mean, you look at the eyes of these guys. They're focused, they're wanting to get up tempo, and that's helped them score on the fast break.
So Rozier will bring it up for Miami. Pass to Robinson. And Adebayo with the basket on the assist from Robinson. Robinson's got 4 assists now tonight. Reeves outside. Here's Kane. No good on the 3. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Jaquez can't hit.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Reeves. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And I'm not sure that is a shot that he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
The shot by Adebayo, no good. The Pelicans shooting a pretty brutal 29% since the break. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Andrew Wiggins. He showed up every night and some noteworthy performances over the last month. He's getting around 16 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. And you look at the numbers he's been putting up, fantastic scoring production from him.
Yeah, hard to ask for anything more at this point. He's really stepped up, and he's really delivered.
Catching up on the changes with Miami. Anderson comes in for Bam Adebayo. And Davion Mitchell subbed in for Andrew Wiggins.
Well, you have to get out there for Duncan shots, so that's going to open things up for the screener.
Here's Quinones. Off target from outside. Heat shooting has been just outrageous, 64% from the field to this point. And it's Mitchell missing.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Mitchell against Reeves. Pass to Robinson Earl. Back to Reeves. 6 to shoot. Here's Payton. And the Pelicans miss again.
Time for some consideration in the passing category, maybe, Kevin. The shot is just not on. Get somebody else going.
Buckets, but he should have just gone straight up with it instead of trying to fade away.
Pass to Robinson Earl. Here's Quinones, guarded by Robinson. They need this one. Miami grabs the miss. Jaquez has got his 4th rebound in this one. And he lays it straight in.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
Pass to Robinson Earl. Here's Quinones, guarded by Robinson. Out to Payton. Fires away from outside. Miami grabs the miss.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
A nice shot by Anderson.
And I like that they're not settling. Hitting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Pass to Quinones.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
They set the pick to the inside. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. That one on Jaquez.
Cutting and carving the defense apart right now. Give Payton the passing lane, and he's going to find someone.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Kelly's checked in. And it's Jose Alvarado in for Elfrid Payton. Miami's gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Johnson with a screen on Reeves. Mitchell right side. That's tipped. There's a minute 34 left to play in the third. And that one's good. Kelly.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Anderson with the screen for Robinson. And it's Anderson that time on the assist from Robinson. Robinson's got 6 assists now in the game. Pass to Kane. Reeves outside. Good on the 3-point shot. Reeves has got 5 now.
That's just a lapse right there. No matter what, somebody has to be there and get a hand up in the shooter's face.
Johnson the screen. Deep 2 from Robinson. From out on the wing, he knocks it down.
Yeah, Duncan really patient there, exploiting the D and operating in the pick and roll.
Kane the pass to Kelly. Reeves outside. And again, New Orleans with the triple.
Yeah, there's 6 points on consecutive 3 balls. They're finding holes now in the D.
And here's Anderson for 3. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. He's got 14.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Quinones. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. And so it's the Miami Heat, able to put on a show for the ages. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we'll be right back after this. Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
I like the activity, guys. Active hands, active feet. They do not like it when we...
And obviously the approach Eric Spoelstra wants to see is that aggressive defensive approach and going after the offensive boards.
Yeah, and that persistence really pays off. When these guys are determined, that's when they are at their best.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Payton, and it's Kelly in at the center. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Payton against Mitchell. Pass to Kelly. Here's Kane. Outside, Payton. 6 on the shot clock. Here's the screen. Over Mitchell. Reeves outside. New Orleans moving the ball around. On the wing, Payton. Covered by Mitchell. Payton gets the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
And it's Mitchell with the ball for the Miami Heat. Anderson, a screen on Payton. The drive by Mitchell. And it's blocked. Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock into it. Pass to Kelly. Here's Kane. From deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Kane's got 9 points here in the second half.
And no matter who it is, that kind of D isn't going to get it done.
Here's Wiggins. It's rebounded by Kelly. Kelly's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. To the paint. And he goes up strong with one hand and flushes it down.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
Burks for 3, and the 3 ball is good.
Defensively, you can't afford to give him that kind of look, especially down this many points.
Teachable moment there. Lapses like this are backbreakers.
Kelly passes to Reeves. Here's Kelly over Rozier. Shot by Kelly, no good. Rozier with the ball. Defended by Reeves. Rozier finds Burks. No good with the triple. For New Orleans, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the 4th quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Every team eventually goes through a coaching change, Brent, and how jarring is that when it happens? For instance, at midseason.
Well, Kevin, it can be pretty devastating for some teams, but for other teams, that change could be refreshing. And a lot of times, if the coach has had a longer tenure with the team, you can feel like a fish out of water with a new voice coming in.
Payton with the ball, picked up by Rozier. Fast break, here we go. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
3rd personal foul.
It's on Alfred Payton.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
At the line for the Heat, Alec Burks. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good. Burks. New Orleans making a switch here. Quinones is checked in. Then for the Heat, Ware's checked in. And it's Duncan Robinson in for Anderson. And Burks hits 2 free throws. And you think about rookies coming into the NBA, it seems, Brent, that veterans are a little bit easier on the rookies now than they were in the past.
I think we romanticize, Kevin, a lot of those stories that we heard from the old days about veteran players giving it to the younger players. And certainly that's going to happen, especially at the beginning of the season. But these guys have known each other for a long time, and these friendships and bonds have started from years ago. So a little bit less and less, but it's still fun to poke at the rookies just a little bit.
Can they get it? And it's Miami with the rebound. Burks has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Robinson. Now here's Burks. Hero with it. Now Payton defending. Robinson, that's good.
Love the timing as Robinson comes off. Footwork there to get the catch and get the shot off.
Payton outside. To the middle, here's Kane, and he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with the pass.
Outside Robinson. Buries the long-range jumper.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Payton drives in, and it's blocked. Here's the break. And here they go. And he caps off the fast break with a monster slam.
And Tyler's got to love that when he has a chance to rise up.
Pass to Reeves. They set the pick. Payton passes to Reeves. Robinson with the block. Over Reeves. And it's Robinson that time on the assist from Hero. Robinson's got 7 points here in this quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Down low. Ripped away. Here's Burks. Kane grabs the board. Kane's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Inside, and stolen by Wiggins. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Reeves. Here's Quinones. He's covered by Hero. And here's Reeves outside. Ware kicks to Hero. Shot on the wing. Offensive rebound. And that one is stuffed right through.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Shot to stop the run. It's tipped. And oh, here we go. Burks got it with a fast break chance.
And he waited for the last possible minute to get that one off. Made a sick adjustment right before he let it go.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
Here's Hero. And he banks in the layup. Hero's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
There's the pick to the inside. Kane, and he bangs it home with one hand.
That is all timing right there. Just led him perfectly.
Outside for Robinson. Pass to Burks. To the middle. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Off target with the open look.
He had 6 points from long range in the first half, but nothing's fallen here since.
And that's good. Robinson picking up the assists. Robinson's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one. Reeves outside. Pass to Quinones. Back to Reeves. Burks against Payton. Here's Kane. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. Kane's got 17 now, just in the second half.
Remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Hero sets the pick for Burks.
2 minutes.
Here's Ware. Pass to Robinson. Launches a 3. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, this team did something at halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Heat.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so checking out the record for these guys tonight will mark win number 37 for them on the year.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
At the line for the Heat, Andrew Wiggins. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Robinson Earls checked in for the Pelicans. And Miami with a change here, too. Highsmith is checked in. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Reeves against Robinson. Reeves the pass to Payton. There's a good screen. Over Wiggins. Payton can't get it to go.
And even though he didn't get a piece of that shot, you love the pressure he puts on the shooter.
Yeah, that's the kind of energy that you want to see on every possession throughout the game.
Here's Highsmith. Robinson on the wing. Off target with his 3. And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Hey, Kevin, thank you. Andrew, an impressive win for you guys. How will you look back on tonight?
It feels great, I think the whole team played great. We shared the ball, we grabbed rebounds, we made big possessions, so I think it was a great game.
Hey, Andrew, congrats again. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Barry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we part ways, we present our player of the game.